rugged, versatile, sporty, efficient. Meet your Jeep Comanche line for 1987. In one short year, Comanche's built a solid reputation in a highly competitive compact truck market. Next year, the sales opportunities are going to be even better because we've expanded the line. The big news this year is the addition of the short box Comanche, which takes dead aim on the all-important recreational market. The 2- and 4-wheel drive short box Comanches come in 3 trim levels: the Comanche Sport Truck, the Comanche Pioneer, and the Comanche Chief. Of course, we're going to continue to offer the tough, compact, long box Comanche in both 2- and 4-wheel drive. One change this year is the model lineup. You'll have the base Comanche, the Pioneer, and the top-of-the-line Laredo. Another important product change for 1987 is our new optional 4-liter inline 6-cylinder engine. We call it the PowerTech 6, and it replaces the present V6. As you'll see, the PowerTech 6 with its state-of-the-art electronic multi-point fuel injection system provides a tremendous increase in all-around performance. Not only does it give you superior 0 to 60 acceleration, but it increases our trailer towing capacity from 4,200 pounds to 5,000 pounds on those Comanches with the new PowerTech 6 and automatic transmissions. Believe me, you're going to blow away the competition with this new 6. In addition to the new engine, you'll find we've replaced the 3-speed automatic transmission with a new 4-speed automatic overdrive transmission. Plus, we've made some changes in the transfer case to improve command track operation. Other highlights for 1987 include improvements in our standard 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. You'll find that we've given you more horsepower and more torque to make an already great engine even better. We've also added a new higher output alternator. Inside, Comanche's solid good looks and comfortable amenities have been made even more appealing. There are also many continuing advantages which make Comanche a leader in the compact and mid-size pickup market. For example, you have a wide choice of powertrain combinations to meet a wide variety of driving and working conditions. Our quadrillink front suspension and uniframe body frame construction combine to deliver superior ride and handling, excellent ground clearance, and traditional Jeep ruggedness. Finally, we back Comanche with a 12-month, 12,000-mile limited warranty and with extended powertrain protection for an additional 12 months or 12,000 miles. Okay, so much for the Comanche 1987 overview. Let's take a closer look and a more detailed look at those features which make Comanche an outstanding value in today's marketplace. With the introduction of the Comanche Short Box, we're launching a major attack on the recreational market. With 3 trim levels and a choice of 2- or 4-wheel drive, you've got a truck that'll appeal to a broad range of needs and lifestyles. The Short Box lineup starts with the Sport Truck, good-looking exterior and highly functional interior. Next, you have the Pioneer, which represents a step up in trim levels on the outside and more appointments on the inside. With the Chief, you have the top of our line. And inside, you can demonstrate why a lot of people are saying that this truck feels more like a car. First-class trim and appointments all around. Under the hood, we offer the improved 2.5-liter engine and 4-speed manual transmission as standard. The combination of the improved engine and the 4-speed transmission contribute to EPA mileage ratings of 22 city and 25 highway. The 113-inch wheelbase assures a stable, comfortable ride and smooth maneuverability. And the 6-foot cargo box offers plenty of room for all kinds of loads. The long box Comanche is going to continue to make new friends in 1987. As you know by now, the key to selling this truck is to get the prospect to take a demo drive. Almost immediately, they're going to experience the smooth, comfortable ride and easy handling. As our advertising says, easy to be a truck, hard to be a Jeep. In the long box, we've got it all. The 119.6-inch wheelbase provides smooth highway cruising and the rugged construction and proven Jeep toughness are on call whenever there's work to be done. It's important to keep in mind that the 7-foot cargo box is wider between the wheelhouses than any of its competitors. That's a real sales plus for those prospects who are concerned about cargo space. The really big news is the new optional 4-liter PowerTech 6, electronic fuel injection inline 6-cylinder engine. As you're going to see, this is a powerhouse of an engine. It was built from the ground up with state-of-the-art technology. The PowerTech 6 is the largest displacement engine in its class and provides 173 horsepower and 220 pound-feet of torque. Compare that to last year's V6 with 115 horsepower and 150 pound-feet of torque. That's a 50% increase in horsepower and a 47% increase in torque. And it all shows up both on and off-road in faster acceleration and more pulling power. Most important from a sales point of view, our engine outperforms all of our competitors, and it does so without any significant sacrifice in fuel economy. We asked Jim Murphy, Director of Product Planning, to talk to us about this exceptional new engine.
Early in the design of the Cherokee, Wagoneer, and Comanche, we asked our engineers to package and design an all-new, more powerful engine. Now we can say for 1987 model year, our PowerTech 6-cylinder engine is ready. As you can see, it's an inline 6, which has inherent smoothness as each cylinder operates opposed to each other. It has multi-point fuel injection, which meters fuel from this rail to each cylinder directly. It has electronic fuel control for optimum fuel economy, performance, knock control, and emission control. This engine design, by the way, is very similar to that used in expensive European cars. For example, BMW uses a multi-point fuel-injected i6, similar to this. Coupled with our new automatic and manual transmissions, this power plant will be the best in its class. The PowerTech i6 offers significant improvement in both horsepower and torque compared to our 2.5-liter i4. This has been one of the concerns about the 2.8-liter GM V6 that we've used in the past. We're sure our customers will be very satisfied and will notice a significant difference versus the base 4-cylinder engine. The heart of the engine is the crankshaft shown here. As you can see, it has 7 main bearings compared with 5 in a typical 6-cylinder engine, and it has 8 counterbalance weights, which coupled with the i6 design gives outstanding smoothness. We think this engine will give Jeep customers the most outstanding power plant in the segment for 1987.
Because of the importance of this new engine to the 1987 line, let's take just a moment to summarize the key points. First, the 4-liter engine has an inline configuration which contributes to smoother all-around operation. All of Comanche's competitors have either an inline 4 or a V6 engine. Only Comanche offers an inline 6. Second key fact to keep in mind is that the PowerTech 6 utilizes a sequential electronic multi-point fuel injection system. As Jim pointed out, this is the same type of system you find on the expensive European road cars. The benefit of this system is that it improves engine performance and dependability. Translated into specifics, that means you get faster, more reliable startups, excellent acceleration response, lower maintenance, higher fuel economy, and minimum emissions. In addition, the engine offers an integrated electronic ignition system with automatic spark knock compensation, as well as automatic altitude compensation. For those of you who are interested in more technical details, let me point out that the fast burn combustion chamber design and lightweight pistons with a new improved piston ring design bring about better performance. There's also a simplified evaporative fuel control system that has no moving parts. Finally, the crankshaft has 7 main bearings and 8 counterweights to ensure smoothness. Obviously, there's a lot of state-of-the-art technology crammed into this engine, all of which adds up to one very special power plant. Now, it's one thing to create an innovative, smooth-running engine. However, assuring its long-term durability is another matter. You should know that the PowerTech 6 has undergone the rigors of a 1,000-hour full-load bench test to test the limits of its durability. I'm happy to report that it performed without a hitch. And that brings us to an important question. has improved performance and power meant a significant loss of fuel economy? The answer is no. EPA mileage estimates for the PowerTech with a 5-speed manual transmission are 19 city and 23 highway for the 2-wheel drive, and 18 city and 21 highway for the 4-wheel drive. With a new 4-speed automatic overdrive, the figures are 17 city and 21 highway for the 2-wheel drive, and 16 city, 19 highway for the 4-wheel drive. While we're on the subject of fuel economy, let me point out that the long box comes with a standard 16-gallon tank or an optional 23.5-gallon tank. The new short box has an 18-gallon tank with no options. Okay, we've talked a lot about this new engine. Now let's see what it'll do out on the highway. In that Comanche, we've got a new PowerTech 6. In this one, last year's V6. Watch this. Go! Look at him go! That's unbelievable! How am I supposed to keep up with him? That PowerTech 6 is really that much better than last year's V6. Now you understand what I mean when I tell you we're going to blow away the competition with this new engine. None of our competitors have an engine that can match it. And when it comes to pulling power, this new engine can pull up to 5,000 pounds with our automatic transmission. So whether it's acceleration, pulling power, or cruising, this engine has it all. Let's move on to our 2.5-liter engine. This tough, economical 4-cylinder is standard on all Comanche models for 1987. No question but that this engine has turned a number of heads. Remember what the magazine writers who reviewed the Comanche last year said?
Well, I'm impressed with the way the 2.5 4 with the TBI is working. All right, I'm finding that's working very well, and I'm impressed, and I'm very pleased to see that, because that is necessary to maintain a competitive place in this market the way it is changing.
The 4 with the EFI winds real well. It's a tight little motor. A lot of torque. When you back off, you slow right down. It's I'm really favorably impressed with it. V6 has been around for a while. I've always liked the V6. I don't care for it as much with an automatic as I do with the 5-speed, but I hate automatics.
On the road, there's plenty of acceleration. The 4-cylinder engine, the baseline injected engine, is outstanding. I prefer that personally over the V6. Personally, I've liked V6 engines for 10 or 15 years. They're fascinating. But the fuel-injected inline 4-cylinder is a big surprise to me. I personally prefer it over the V6 optional power plant because of the feel it gave. You step on the throttle, it's right there. The V6 seemed to take a nanosecond or 3 to wind up and deliver the power to the transmission. But the fuel injection makes for an incredibly responsive engine, and the horsepower figures seem to back that up.
It's kind of funny, you know, I have a V8 in my truck. I like a lot of power, and so I've never been in a small truck I've never been in a small truck with a 4-cylinder I would recommend. You know, I'd always go for the biggest engine. In this case, this new 4-cylinder is fantastic. It has a higher horsepower rating than the V6 engine. You know, what do you say about that?
I'm really torn when it comes to the engines that you offer in the Comanche. Part of it is because I normally prefer 6-cylinder engines to 4 because they are intrinsically a little smoother. The 2.5 really isn't that much rougher than the 2.8-liter V6. And then on top of it, you've made it even worse because there actually is a lot of usable horsepower with the 2.5, where the 2.8 liter has a tendency to run out of suds. The big advantage the 2.8 has is the fact that it has more usable low-end torque when tied up to an automatic. With a manual, I think I would probably go with a 2.5 liter. The throttle body fuel injection has definitely helped the drivability of the vehicle, and it's really ironic because your 2.8 liter engine is an engine that you buy from General Motors, and General Motors should be buying your 2.5 to replace its Iron Duke.
Well, as good as it was in 1986, it's going to be better in 1987. For example, last year the 2.5 offered 117 horsepower and 135 pound-feet of torque. This year, with the improvements, we have 121 horsepower and 141 pound-feet of torque. From a competitive standpoint, you've got more horsepower than any of our competitors and more torque than all but Mitsubishi, who has 142 pound-feet. Okay, so they beat us by 1 in torque, but we more than make up for that in horsepower. Technically speaking, some of the key changes in the 2.5-liter engine are in the use of lightweight pistons, an improved piston ring design, and new connecting rods. Together, they add up to improved engine performance. A carryover feature, and one the magazine writers liked, is the throttle body electronic fuel injection system. With this system, the fuel is metered and injected precisely to create more efficient combustion. The result is both a more responsive performance and better fuel economy. The standard 2.5-liter four-cylinder with a 4-speed manual transmission delivers EPA mileage of 22 city and 25 highway. That's better than most of the competition. The third engine in the line is our optional 2.1-liter turbo diesel. This engine with a 5-speed manual overdrive transmission is available as an option on Comanche 2-wheel drive long box models. While the diesel engine market is not as strong as it was several years ago, you still have prospects who opt for the diesel because they like its proven operating economy and durability. Like the luxury Mercedes-Benz diesels, our turbo diesel was designed to be a diesel from the very outset. Unlike some manufacturers who simply converted gasoline engines to diesel, we chose to build an engine that would withstand the rigors of a 22-to-1 compression ratio. Plus, we utilize a Bosch fuel injection system and an intercooler to assure excellent performance on top of reliable, smooth operation. Of key importance to diesel buyers are the EPA estimates. Our turbo diesel turns in estimates of 28 city and 30 highway. Any way you look at it, this well-designed, durable workhorse engine will live up to the expectation and demands of the diesel segment of our market. Turning now to transmissions, our standard 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine and the new 4-liter PowerTech 6 can be combined with a variety of transmissions. The 4-speed manual is found only on the 4-cylinder models. The full Synchromesh 5-speed manual overdrive transmission is offered on both the 2.5 and the PowerTech 6. Finally, both engines can be teamed up with the new 4-speed automatic overdrive transmission. On the subject of the 4-speed automatic, you'll find that this transmission offers a wide ratio gear selection and electronically controlled shift schedule. With simply the flick of a switch, the driver can select either one of 2 shift modes. To shift at higher RPMs and downshift more rapidly, the driver selects the power mode. In this position, the transmission is more sensitive to the throttle position. To put the transmission in the normal operating mode, the switch is set to comfort. Another feature to mention to prospects is the lock-up torque converter for 3rd and 4th gear, which helps improve fuel economy. Also, with a .70 overdrive ratio, the new 4-speed automatic transmission will reduce highway noise levels. For one other note, you'll notice that on the column shift automatics, the PRNDL indicator is now located within the instrument cluster. Keep in mind, too, that we believe no one else in our class offers a choice of column shift or floor shift. Bottom line is that you can offer your customers one of the widest ranges of powertrain combinations in the compact or mid-sized pickup truck market. I think it's fair to say the Jeep is synonymous with four-wheel drive. For those buyers who need power on all four wheels, our Command Track systems will pull them through almost any kind of tough driving situation. For those that don't, we have our two-wheel drive trucks. Now, while our four-wheel drive systems get a lot of attention, you don't want to overlook the important role of our Quadrolink front suspension with solid front axle and coil springs. At the rear, we also have a solid axle, but with leaf springs and dual-action shock absorbers. Together, they add up to a smooth ride and excellent handling both on and off-road. When you're talking suspensions, you're talking traditional Jeep toughness. Plus, you're talking a truly unique feature in the two-wheel drive market. When it comes to suspension and payload, we offer three choices. The standard suspension system can handle up to 1,200 pounds of payload. By the way, payload is taken to include the weight of the passengers, options, and cargo. This is ideal for light commercial and most recreational use. On the long box models, you can offer our metric ton package that can handle up to 2,205 pounds of payload, including passengers, options, and cargo. The third suspension system, optional on all four-wheel drive models, is the off-road vehicle package for those who want a suspension that can take on heavy loads in off-road situations. On the subject of off-road, don't forget the optional track lock rear differential. Track lock can pull the vehicle through when nothing else can. Another important part of the Comanche story is quality. And in this market, quality is measured in terms of durability and the ability to both dish it out and take it. Jeep Comanche's quality begins with uniframe construction. The body is welded to the frame for rigidity and creates improved overall vehicle strength over the conventional body-on-frame design. Uniframe creates an extremely strong and rigid unit, yet it's lighter than traditional body-on-frame design. That means added performance both on and off the road. Comanche's cargo box has tough double-wall construction, ready to handle any kind of cargo. Comanche is built with one-side galvanized steel body panels and dipped in a cathodic electric coating dip that covers every square inch to ensure lasting protection against corrosion. Our state-of-the-art robotic body assembly line assures structural integrity. Here, each operation is performed precisely and consistently, truck after truck. When you can build trucks with tolerances that measure within thousandths of an inch, fit and finish are no longer just words, but an inherent characteristic in every Jeep Comanche that we build. And to ensure that we live up to our own high standards, we inspect each Comanche at every step, all the way down the line. To paraphrase one of our advertising themes, anyone can build a truck, but only we know how to build a Jeep. As you should know by now, American Motors is offering special discounts on option groups for the entire 1987 Jeep Comanche lineup. These new option discounts are designed to provide you and your customers with exceptional savings, from 10% on base Comanche models to a high of 20% on our best-selling Pioneer models. To ensure that your customer will see the actual savings available to them by purchasing vehicles ordered under this program, these discounts will be identified in a special section on all eligible Monroney labels. If you haven't done so already, be sure to sit down with your sales manager to familiarize yourself with all the option discount possibilities. These discounts will give you important extra sales leverage to help make 1987 our best sales year ever.